If you like to lead from the front, look no further than the Wolverine for your personal mech commander. Its combination of firepower, mobility, and superior communications gear means you'll be able to coordinate offensives and can personally intervene at a critical moment. Let's go over everything you need to know about the Wolverine in BattleTech Classic and how to use it to its maximum potential. After that, I'll show you an experimental design that'll tweak this already impressive mech into one that can perform in any mission. Production year, 2575. Star League era. Name, Wolverine. WVR-6R. Weight, 55 tons. Faction, All Inner Sphere. Role, Skirmisher. Having served with distinction during the Wars of Reunification, the Wolverine is armed with a General Motors Whirlwind Autocannon 5, Harpoon 6 SRM launcher, and a Magna Mark II medium laser. It's jump capable with 5 Northrop 12,000 series jump jets and has the same tech battlecom system as the Phoenix Hawk, allowing it to serve as an effective command mech. Availability-wise, the Wolverine is common throughout the Inner Sphere, making up between 5 and 17% of medium mechs deployed by the Great Houses. The design is produced from factories located in Thermopolis, Gibson, Nanking, and Marduk, making it unlikely there will ever be a shortage of parts. There are a number of variants of the Wolverine, but when the Free Worlds League stockpile of General Motors autocannons were destroyed during the First Succession War, the League created not only the best variant of Wolverine, but quite possibly the best cavalry mech ever invented. The variant swaps the inefficient autocannon for a large laser, medium laser, 2 heat sinks, and a ton of extra armor. Because this variant is so close to perfection, Commander, I think it's best if the rest of this overview focuses on House Merrick's Wolverine 6M and how to properly handle the added heat load. The original variant will fight more or less the same, but with a worse overall performance. Offensively, the Wolverine 6M is very good. It has a large laser for decent piercing, SRM6 for crits, and 2 medium lasers that let it ramp up the damage or regulate its heat. Its extended torso twist allows it to attack its victims in any direction. It should compensate for its cramped cockpit flaw by shooting rather than relying too much on melee. Defensively, the Merrick variant's 10.5 tons of armor is excellent. It surpasses the armor of a Griffin, a medium mech known for its durability. The ammunition on the right torso is reasonably padded from crits, and its right arm is much better defended compared to the original. The downside is that it requires a pilot skilled on the controls, as the cramped cockpit makes it a bit more difficult to use than most mechs. Mobility-wise, the Wolverine is perfect for a cavalry unit. Its 585 movement makes it very difficult for enemies to hit it if it uses its full jump, and combined with its extended torso twist, lets the Wolverine attack from nearly any angle. With its piercing, critical hit, jump jets, and command mech ability, the Wolverine is incredibly valuable to a lance because it can often fill whatever deficiencies the composition has. In a balanced lance, a Black Knight and Centurion can form the front line, with the Warhammer's PPCs adding more piercing. The Wolverine's speed also makes it a superb mech for a cavalry lance that can capture objectives or act as a quick reaction force. The downside to the Wolverine is that it has a high value, nearly matching a Thunderbolt's. Therefore, commanders in Wolverine should never sit idle, but must always be generating value for their lance. While I have yet to analyze all the medium mechs available to us, Commander, I'm confident I can rate the Wolverine 6M an A-tier mech as an initial grade. It will very likely be moved up to S-tier in the final tier list, unless I've overlooked something. I think the mech techs and I have created a design that may be slightly better to a mercenary company like ours though, but first let's go over how to pilot the original design to its maximum potential. The way that the Wolverine fights can vary depending on the situation. It's an extremely flexible command mech, able to take on nearly any role. If a pilot masters the Wolverine, they'll simultaneously learn how to screen like a Phoenix Hawk, bodyguard like a Vindicator, and disrupt like a Shadowhawk. We'll be going over very briefly how to perform these maneuvers, but for an in-depth explanation, please see the videos dedicated to these mechs on this channel. The 4 general uses a Wolverine can be used for are bodyguarding, pairing the Wolverine with a heavier, less maneuverable mech to help it fight against other heavies or protect it from flankers. To do this, pilots should start behind the mech it's guarding and then fan out to the side once the fight starts. Screening, intercepting light mechs on the flanks and fighting them before they threaten heavier mechs. Disrupting, the opposite of the screen, moving along the flanks and attacking heavier missile boats and snipers and forcing them to reposition or use their secondary weapons. And finally, securing objectives, using its speed and armor to quickly move to an objective to complete it. Now that we understand the basic roles a Wolverine pilot can perform, let's go over deployment and weapon combinations. As mechs are entering the battlefield, the Wolverine should activate early in the initiative. Its speed will allow it to reposition easily, so by bringing it on early, a commander can hide the intention of how their lance intends to fight. No matter what the Wolverine is going to do, pilots should not stay at long range. They should instead close the distance as fast as possible while firing their large laser on the way. Once range closes to medium range and shorter, Wolverine pilots have 3 combinations they can use to manage heat. The first is a piercing combination that uses the large laser to open up a location in an opponent's armor. Once a location is exposed, they can switch to a hybrid combination or a critting combination to attack the hull. The hybrid combination is also a good way to attack a light, and the critting combination can be used to cool down. Keep in mind, the 6 to 9 hex range is not ideal. Pilots should keep their heat below 4 and continue to close to 5 hexes or less. Once in short range, they can start opening up to 12 heat to maximize damage. By the way, Commander, if you'd like to add me to your mercenary company's advisory staff, all you have to do is click the subscribe and bell icon on the video below. Now let's go over to the mech bay and I'll show you a simple refit that makes this mech much more suitable to us mercenaries. We're designating this experimental Wolverine WVR SlimeX1 and naming it Logan. This change is intended to turn the Wolverine into a true all-rounder that can take on any mission. We're dropping the inefficient AC5 for a large laser, 2 flamethrowers, a heat sink, and a ton of armor. The refit is an affordable 127,000 C-bills, or 2.6% of the original 6R's total cost. It's a 6-day Class C facility refit, meaning we can get it done at any transport bay, field workshop, or mobile field base. The refit makes the Logan a true all-rounder, able to take on anything that might come its way. It's a side grade that lowers the Wolverine's damage to mechs so it can handle infantry with the 2 additional flamethrowers.